Satan will degrade, betray, hurt you, and murder your loved ones. Commit all conceivable evils. A Navy SEAL trainer will do the same to his trainees on a different scale. As a SEAL in training, taking your trainer's actions as a degree of evil would be easy. However, that evil, as we all know, is a matter of perspective. When your trainer says sit in the cold ocean for 10 hours straight, you will hate this trainer for subjecting you to this torture. This trainer wants to stir up your courage and see you overcome the hell they put you through. This is a necessary process to endure if you wish to have the skill set required to be an elite Navy SEAL. As an example, just like a character enemy in Mario Brothers, Bowser is there to what seems make your life miserable. It is a test of worthiness for the next level. So Satan does fill our lives with misery as well. Like Mario, you can overcome, defeat, and go to the next level of your training/experience. Acts of evil as considered by mortal men may not be as profane or immoral to a higher consciousness. The Navy SEAL trainer knows what a trainee must endure and the rewards that overcoming those struggles will bring. And as so does Satan, only not from the perspective of mortal men, but of a god. Satan is benevolence disguised as malevolence. It is not for us to comprehend his plan. It requires a faith in something divine and loving to overcome his tests. As the SEAL trainee must muster up the faith in his courage to overcome the obstacles presented to him from his trainer, we must do the same while Satan trains us. Satan is not your enemy. The only enemy and obstacles are those that you feed. The SEAL trainee doesn't return to his bunker and curse his trainer hoping death and ill will upon him. Surely, the trainee is frustrated, tired, and broken, but he knows he and his trainer are on the same side. The trainee can't forget that the trainer endured this too. Who better to deliver the sternest obstacles and life lessons than the one who can relate and empathize? The trainer wants you to be your best, even better than him. What greater gift can the student give the master than to surpass them? Satan, being an evil entity and having the goal of ruining, destroying, and wanting you to die, makes as much sense as the trainer wanting his trainee to drown to death. We've taken in and regurgitated this belief that Satan is our enemy. We are our own enemy. Satan exposes that to us by pushing slavery, control, desire, lust for power, greed, and all these things to their utmost extreme. We can find salvation in ourselves with the inevitable recognition between the things we can't change and those we can. This illusionary reality is but a dream imposed on us. The more we embrace it, the deeper its talons pierce our very being as it tightens its hold on us. Satan does not enjoy watching you suffer. He derives his greatest joy from seeing you prevail. We cannot judge, reject, and condemn, or we will receive the same in return. If you buy into Satan as this rejected angel, then I suggest you pray to your God for his salvation and redemption, and perhaps he will return the favor. We are all one, all from the same source, all forming a greater organism. Our cells each have their own membrane, separating them from one another, just as our own flesh separates us from one another. Yet, all those cells come together like Lego pieces to create one entity that a soul can occupy, perhaps trapped and very telling as to why they call them cells, almost like a soul trapped in a prison of cells. So, if we are all one, we are like a chain, as strong as our weakest link. So Satan and you are from the same highest source of creation. To wish the demise of Satan is to weaken our link. If we think we are so enlightened that we see Satan as profane and as a virus on existence, the answer is not to condemn, but to do everything we can to redeem Satan to his perfect state, as he does for us. This is the great work in the true unconditional love. You cannot embrace any version of Christ without embodying Christ within yourself. What would Jesus do? What would Jesus do is a question I always ask myself, even since childhood. Even as an atheist with no spiritual knowledge or experience, I always use that reflective question as a guide to keep my morality in alignment with what I now know to be an objective, natural morality. So when we ask ourselves this and put our own selves into the shoes of a true Christ, we realize if Jesus were here, he would not condemn or outcast the Satan we are sold. Rather, he would devote his being in prayer and in counsel to help salvage a weak link. If we judge and condemn, we weaken our chain and our link to it. Unconditional love is not conditional. It is for everyone and everything. Not too many people are capable at this time of embodying this philosophy of unconditional love. That's okay. Don't let it get you down. Don't become discouraged. Do not poison your growth by saying or thinking, why should I show them unconditional love if they greet me with unconditional hate? The answer is simple. We are not them. We are not better, but taking this stance or perspective will take you closer to perfection than they are. That is neither fulfilling nor a satisfying revelation for an enlightened soul. It is a realization of sorrow. It's a mission, maybe for you, maybe not, to aid in the great work of forming and fusing a chain with no weak links. The great work that leads to each of us embodying a portion of perfection, like each one of our cells does. Cells do not condemn their brethren. Cells stick together and protect one another. As above, so below. Separated we are weak, together we are strong. I do not recommend praying to Satan. However, I do recommend praying for Satan. What would Jesus do?